All right. Take 3. Hopefully we'll get it right this time and stuff. I'll give y'all a few minutes to get in here. Give you a few minutes to get in here and stuff before I start breaking into this final science of 2018. Somebody got to tell me, is it a way to cut off? Is it a way to cut off the phone feature and still keep your internet up so that you don't get interrupted when you go live? Cause sometimes I think it's planned. Like, it happens no other time. I mean, I can be sitting there all day long, nothing, no phone call, no nothing, and it's like the second I go live, phone calls. Phone calls. You know, no live, no phone calls. Live phone calls. Um, so anyway, let me go and break into it and stuff. Okay, now, final science 2018. As we left off, I was up there in Hartford, Connecticut, getting the truck. Getting the truck looked at and stuff. We found out about the one box system and stuff. And so, when I left there, what I did was comprise the list of things on your after treatment system that I say that if you're going to get you a truck, right, if you're going to get a truck post emission, then the list is going to comprise of things and stuff that need to be changed. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they don't change it, don't get the truck. I don't care where you get it from. Lone Mountain, Quality, Arrow, anywhere that you get this truck and stuff, it's going to comprise of the list of things that need to be changed and stuff, and they got to show you that it's been changed on this after treatment system. Otherwise, that don't even mess with the truck. Don't even mess with the truck, because it's something that can be added in that will save you a whole lot of problems and stuff down the road. Don't sit there and let them tell you, okay, get the warranty and the warranty's gonna cover it. No, don't even do that, because it's a part, but they might write off as a component, and then or vice versa. And the next thing you know and stuff, you paying out the wazoo for stuff that they could have took care of and stuff, back when you was trying to purchase the truck. So we're gonna go ahead and break into that, and then a little something about what happened today. About people being extra in the wrong places. And it's not for what I was saying to try to make this person seem like they weren't, like they were slow or something. But it just when I'm explaining something to you about what I need when it's pertaining to my equipment, then your lack of understanding me is something. It's not specific to this type of person, that type of person. It's gender neutral. It's gender neutral. So I guess this person felt like I wasn't trying to give her respect as a mechanic because she was a woman. That wasn't it. And I explained to her and stuff, is that, look, I do this to anybody. When you don't pay attention to what I need, and you're gonna take it upon yourself to do whatever you want to do to my equipment and stuff, then I gotta stop you right there. It don't have anything about you being a woman. That's the last thing on my mind. 'Cause like I said, I mean, these jobs, whatever you do is gender neutral. And, regardless, if you don't pay attention, then this is the type of attitude and stuff that I'm going to give you, because I'm sitting over here with hundreds of dollars and stuff that's going into this and stuff, and you're not listening to what I'm saying, and I spoke with you earlier about what I needed. All right. So, Anyway, if you're gonna get you a truck that's pre-emission, post-emission, past 2000, anything 2011, right? Because from 09, from 07 to 2010, you didn't have the DEF system. You still had an after treatment system, but you don't have a DEF system. And so, with this DEF system, this is where a lot of the problems and stuff start coming in and stuff. So, all right, if you're gonna get this, if you're gonna get post-emission 2010, some things that need to be changed on the truck: the dozer valve, right? The dozer valve and the dozer filter. The dozer valve needs to be changed. That part is anywhere from $600 to $800. Depends on where you go. All right, your dozer valve, and then your dozer filter needs to either be changed or cleaned. I prefer changed. Dozer valve, dozer filtering system. All right. Once you change those, then you need to change the DEF bladder system that holds the DEF, because chances are stuff that it's gonna chances are stuff is gonna get old. Once it get old, then you're gonna start getting leaks and stuff like that, and you're gonna start getting leaks and stuff, and so eventually it's gonna lead to some problems and stuff, particularly air getting into the system. And once that air hits that DEF, it crystallizes. When it crystallizes, then you're gonna start having some more problems. So your DEF bladder system, you need to get that changed. All right. Your DEF metering unit, you need to get that changed. All right, DEF bladder unit, that's about $500. DEF metering unit is about another $500. It's in between another $500 to $800. Let's see. So DEF metering unit. Your DEF pump, you need to get that changed. You need to get that changed, and your knock sensor. You need to get your knock sensor. Changed. So if you get those components right there changed, they are the major players to your after treatment system. All right, and then of course your one box, but your one box again depends on, it depends on, it's damage based upon, its years of service or whatever stuff. But usually it's going to be your knock sensor. It's either going to be a knock sensor, DEF metering unit, your dozer valve, and your DEF bladder system. So you get those things changed and stuff. Tell them that that's what you want right out the gate. You get that right out the gate, you won't have no problems with your after treatment. Okay. So once we know those things are new and stuff, then we break into your air system. And your air system has to consist of a loop line, especially if you got a freight line cascade. Make sure that they have an air loop line and stuff, so that the moisture inside the system is being purged out. Okay. Do an evaluation of your air system itself. Make sure that when you dump the air system, that you don't have anything coming out except if it's condensate, whatever condensation you might have in it. Make sure that it's just water and that's it. You got all the water out. Make sure they ain't got no kind of rust in it whatsoever. No water in it. No rust in it whatsoever. But that water's gonna consist of rust. And so the next thing you also have to check is the air filter. So you check the air filter, make sure that's straight. Your air dump. Let's see. Wait a minute. Your air filtering system and stuff, making sure that it's purging like it's supposed to. Use around 120. It's purging like it's supposed to. If everything and stuff in there is straight, then your after treatment system should hold up like it's supposed to. And that's that. So, after treatment, that's what it consists of there and stuff. So, anyway, once you get that straight, then you move on to, well, let's see. how you check your one box and stuff is, um, when they hook it up to the system, how you gonna get a NOx efficiency fault is, your NOx efficiency is based upon it's a certain temperature. It's a certain temperature that your truck is gonna run at, especially when it does a regen. If it's too high or too low, it's gonna give you a fault code. So it's important to know. It's important to know what the temperature and stuff is set at, because again, you know, you can have your temperature can be maybe a degree high or a degree low and stuff. It's still gonna send you a fault code, but it's still gonna be running efficiently. And so what will happen is that once the system runs through what it's supposed to and stuff, it'll clear the code right out. So, you know, you might get MIL lights and stuff every now and again, but then when the cycle and stuff, once the cycle and stuff gets done, it usually clears itself out. Let's see. Especially around the mountainous regions, you know, if you go up a lot of hills and stuff like that, your environment does affect the your after treatment system. You know, for instance, you know, your truck won't have to do a park regen. It's regenning while it's driving. But if you're going like up a mountain or something like that and the temperature changes, then you're gonna get a fault code. Because what happens is that now your NOx efficiency is, your temperature either gonna be a degree higher or a degree lower than what's set. And then it has to go through the cycle, and once it goes through the cycle, then, you know, it clears itself up. And you know, so again, just make sure those components and stuff are new. Make sure that your air system is doing what it's supposed to, purging it's purging like it's supposed to. It don't have any kind of contaminants, you know, no oil. If it has water, you know, it's okay. Just make sure that you're dumping your tanks. But it is bad if you're purging your tanks, and every day that you're purging your tanks, you still got you got large amounts of water in it. Then that goes to your air dryer. Your air dryer is not working like it's supposed to and stuff, you know. So usually it's a changing of the filter and stuff, but you know, making sure that you change your filters like you're supposed to will make sure that you have your air dryer is getting out most of the condensation inside your tanks. So and that right there will eventually remove the rust and stuff, because again, if you got water in the tank, then it's going to be pushing water inside of your system. It mixes up with your after treatment, and then now you got some more problems. You know, fault code comes in because once the water gets in there and stuff, it's going to rust those components out, and you know, usually the depth metering unit is what it's going to attack. You know, and so from there and stuff, then, you know, it goes into all your other stuff like that. Then this is where your problems and stuff are gonna come in all at once. So just make sure that you keep the air system stuff free of water. You know, it builds up in the tanks. Just make sure you're dumping them, but you shouldn't be seeing large amounts of condensation inside the tank. All right, so and that's that. That's that and stuff. So let's see, what's the other science and stuff I want to drop. This year I wasn't very weight conscious. I was not very weight conscious about a lot of loads and stuff that I pulled. And so where it affected me was trailer tires, man. I was man, it seemed like every other month and stuff, man, I was just buying trailer tires and stuff. And so earlier, from a video that I posted stuff, I wound up with 11 R22.5s on my trailer, which my trailer was originally running low pro 22.5. So I went to this place over in New Jersey where I usually buy my trailer tires and stuff from. You know, they were selling them $265 a tire and stuff. I said, yeah, go ahead, do it. And you know, they changed them, and I really didn't pay attention to it until I really didn't pay attention to it until I was looking at my trailer, and I was saying that it was sitting higher than it was supposed, than what it usually does and stuff. And so, when I got a closer look, that's when I noticed. I said, man, they put 11R22.5s on my trailer. And so, no, well, what made me notice it a little bit more was when that incident that happened down there in Lumberton, North Carolina and stuff, with a guy, that guy that shot, wind up giving me the raw, he just gave me the raw deal and stuff like that. Check that video out. Southern Christian Transportation, STC, where they sat there and stole my wheels and stuff like that. And then they tried to overcharge me for some bull crap, and then he gonna show up with a gun. He gonna show up with a gun and stuff. We over here trying to take care of business. But anyhow, when I got those two tires changed there and stuff, that's when I looked and I noticed. Then I said, man, you know what? Oh, I got 11R22s, and then I got these the low pro 22.5s and stuff. And so, a lot of the loads I've been doing this year and stuff, man, always been like 42, 44,000. Then I got hooked up with one guy, and then this other guy led to another person. And every load I've been doing and stuff, man, 44,000 stuff. Oh, can you handle 44,000 pounds? And the routes I take, I don't usually have to go across scales and stuff like that. So I don't have to slide my wheels. I don't have to slide my tandems. But I always keep my tandem slid all the way to the front, being as though I go into a lot of tight places like in New Jersey and New York, stuff like that. Got a lot of tight turns, and so keeping the wheels slid all the way to the front, it helps me so that I can make these turns and stuff like that. But at the same time, when you're sitting there pulling 44,000 pounds, every load that you do, it's not centered. And so with your load not being centered, it's going to put more pressure on your tires and stuff than what's supposed to. And so those 11Rs, man, 11Rs are not made to handle that type of weight and stuff, man, if you're not going to have those things centered. And I had to learn that the hard way this year, because now I'm switching them all back to low pro 22.5s and stuff. It's going to be a little bit of a process on account that I just spent $5,000 on just getting this truck straight. So but I found out that the company that I'm leased on to, they have a tire account where you can get these tires and stuff for like real cheap. And so I said, I'm just go that route there and stuff. So get these two paid off and stuff, and then once I get those two, I'll probably run another 3 weeks, and then just go and buy 4 more tires and stuff, and then they'll all be low pro 22.5s again. So but those 11Rs and stuff, man, they probably gave me maybe 5 months to the most. They gave me 5 months to the most and stuff, and then those low pro 22.5s, I think I lost maybe about 4:32 seconds. I lost about 4:32 seconds of tread on them and stuff. So I mean, they're gonna be going the distance. So, but those 11Rs, man, they are just not feeling that and stuff. And so what I said this year I'm gonna do in 2019 and stuff is that just getting back to being weight conscious. Like, hey, most of those stuff I'm trying to do like around the 30,000 pound loads and stuff like that. That's gonna be like heavy to me, cars. They're 42, 44,000s. I mean, they offer to you all the time and stuff, but I just keep forgetting, like, man, hey, listen, dude, you are doing this, but you're doing it way too much, and it's starting to put a lot of wear and tear and stuff on your equipment that you don't need. So that's the thing there and stuff. I have really not been caring about the loads I've been hauling as far as like weight. Let's see. I lost the people that I'm leased on with. we're not allowed to haul for C.H. Robinson, which C.H. Robinson made about 90% of my revenue. They make up about 90% of my revenue. And so, I hear people all the time talking about, well, C.H. Robinson is they're a cheap broker. They're a cheap broker, they're this, they're that and stuff. And in a way, they're kind of right. And then in a way and stuff, it just all depends on what office and stuff you dealt with. So, I was dealing with the office in, let's see, I only take 42,000 pounds if it's under 300. Yeah, but see, here's the problem with that 300 miles and stuff. If you run that 300 miles in the Northeast is like running 800 miles in the Southwest. 300 miles and stuff is just like, with these raggedy roads and stuff, and then the stopping and going, stuff like that, man. And I'm gonna tell you, you'll have that same mentality, like, man, you know what? Well, it ain't going for 300 miles and stuff, right? It ain't going far. Pick it up, take it, go where it got to go and stuff. And that's just not the case. It's just, man, I'm telling you, you sit there and you do those 300 miles and stuff, man, and you got, running Northeast. I see that's a huge difference. I am Midwest. Okay, yeah. I haven't ran the Midwest in over 5 years. I can't even tell you anything west of Pittsburgh, and I went to Pittsburgh by mistake. And it's been a while and stuff since I've been over there. But anything west of Pittsburgh, I couldn't even tell you how it look out there. Straight up. I thought about it, and I said, man, somebody say Ohio, and I just cringe. I cringe up, man. Like, you know what? No. Heck no. I even thought about, I was going to take a load out to, I call myself going to the truck show and stuff, right? I said I was going to the one in Kentucky. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it and stuff. Then they're like, the truck, what about the truck show in Fort Worth? Yeah, I'm going to go. Opportunity came. I said, no, I can't do it. So this year, I said, I'm going to the truck show, but I ain't going to be driving the truck. I already got my stuff set up. I said, man, if I go, I'm going to catch a plane out there. Rent me a car, get a motel room, and that's that. But this truck will not go past, the further west I go is Buffalo, New York. That's it. And to tell you the truth, I cut that out. But man, that is exactly the mentality I be having. Like, you know what, load is heavy, but man, I ain't going nowhere with it. You hook up to it, man, I'm like, dude, what in the heck? And stuff, like, you think it ain't nothing. Like, I'll get some stuff like out of North Carolina and say I go to, it's real easy to get a load out of North Carolina going to New York and stuff, New York City. I'll take something like to the Bronx, like especially Hunts Point. And you think, oh man, Hunts Point ain't no big deal, right? But mind you, you can't run straight up 95. That's just out. You can't run straight up 95, man. You got the you can run 95, and then around Washington D.C. you either got to be figuring out, okay, am I gonna go east? Am I gonna go east and stuff? On US 50 up 301 that way? Or am I going to run up to Baltimore and stuff and catch 83 and catch 83 to US 22 and catch 22 to 78 and come in through the back way, the back door of New Jersey? But running up that 95, it is out the question. Too many scales. The tolls are extremely ridiculous, and you are not going to save no time going that way. You sitting there, you got a load of potatoes, and they, load you up 44,000, and you ain't got time to be going back. You know, you got good money on it. You got good money on this stuff. You ain't got time to be going back and stuff, and you know, going back and forth with those farmers and stuff, talking about, hey man, you know, you need to take a couple of these bags off here. I ain't doing that. I'm like, man, look, I'll holler at you tomorrow when I get your load delivered, and I'm gone. And you know, but the way I take and stuff, you know, you ain't gotta hit no scales. But thing is that them loads just be heavy, and you'll think like, man, oh man, it's good money on and stuff like that. And you know, you get to looking at them tires and stuff like, man, what in the heck? Let's see, 95 Richmond. Yep. J. Ross, you said it right there. From Richmond all the way to Boston, it's a headache, man. And I run that every week. I run that every week and stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's just, bro, you know, they give you a load. I'm telling you, you get a load from Richmond. And they saying it's going to Boston. You got to kind of think, okay, deliver tomorrow morning and stuff. You got to kind of think like, man, you know what? Hey, dude, y'all got to have me out of here. Y'all cannot be messing around. You got to have me out of here and stuff, man, in about an hour. If you ain't got me out here no hour and stuff, man, that load is not going to make on time delivery. I'm telling you, man, you know, guys, it's just something about, and it's not a very far distance. It's not a very far distance, but man, I mean, you'll sit there and burn your whole clock up, and you still another 100 miles from Boston, and you just looking like, man, what the heck happened? But at the same time, you can load something out of Richmond. And take it south. You can take it south, and you can get done and stuff, man. And you'll probably have about 700 miles, man. You have about, if you know, you look at it and you got 700 miles and stuff, and it's like, it's a real accomplishment. But something about that Northeast, man. If you did, you get about 350, man. You did some real good work that day. Some real good work. But bruh, it's just, you know. But I have not been weight conscious this year, man. It's like people tell me, hey man, this load is 50,000 pounds, and I'm like, you know what? What time to pick up? What time to deliver? And I wouldn't even dot an I and stuff, man. I don't know if it's because this truck new or whatever, but when I was in Sky Rooster, it wasn't none of that, man. It was first thing I'm looking at. 30. If it's over 35,000, I ain't messing with it. Like, no, Jack, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm like, man, I'll probably haul something on a special occasion. It's got to be, you know, 42, something like, you know, 42,000, something like that. It's got to be a special occasion, you know. But other than that, yeah, the whole C.H. Robinson thing, man. I hate I can't haul for them guys and stuff, man. You know, they, like I said, they made up 90% of my revenue. And dude, I never, you know, I made one phone call to the office, and I say, hey man, I'm over here. Anybody got anything? And they say, okay, give me 15 minutes. I said, okay, I'll give you 15 minutes. And I get around the phone and stuff, get on that C.H. Robinson load board and stuff, call the Tampa office. They say, okay, I got this load here. Give me that, and then combine that with this load here, and combine it with one more, and I'm done. And my whole week is set. The only thing I gotta do now is just make sure I don't oversleep. Just make sure I don't oversleep, which I did. I did a bunch of that, and That cost me too. I couldn't imagine running the Northeast. Much respect. The last video was you and Master Teacher. Y'all was up in Maine. Yep. That's when we were gearing up. We was gearing up for war. We was gearing up for war. That was 2014. Wow, man. 4 years ago. Me and him was gearing up to declare war. But I want to say it's not that bad, but it's really that bad. It really is. In fact, I'm gonna tell you, the only reason why I run the Northeast is because you don't have to look for work. You don't have to look for it. You know, you're not in the Northeast. If you sitting somewhere, you just, man, hey, look, I don't want to do nothing today. That's it. That's just it. Like, man, you know what? And you're gonna have plenty of days like that. You just like, dude, I'm beat, man. That's it. I don't want to do nothing today. I'm just sit here and get me something to eat, watch a little TV or read a book or something like that. Like, man, I just don't want to be bothered today. And, you know, the other thing, you got to make sure you're in a good spot too and stuff. And you know, cause it's some good spots over here. You know, it's some good spots over here. You can meet some good people, but it's something that's got to be planned. Like me, Bordentown, New Jersey. If I get around Bordentown, I just say, man, you know what? Forget it. Either I'm going to that Motel 6, or I'm going over there to the Petro, and I'm gonna just be in there all day. You know, sitting in the truck, chilling. That's it. It's either I'm at the Motel 6, and that's kind of questionable too and stuff, cause you know, I can't sleep good in motels, but I will stay that Bordentown. I will stay. You know, I will go in that Petro and just so like, man, screw it. But bro, that Northeast, you never have to. You always get your money. You like, hey, listen, I'm down in North Carolina. Every other place they will want to beat. They will beat you up on a rate hard. Like, oh man, I want to go to Texas. Okay, all right, we'll send you to Texas for $1 a mile. We'll send you out there. You know, those paying $1.05 a mile and stuff. That's good money. And you're like, man, no. But then you can have a load, North Carolina, going somewhere in Jersey, and minimum $3 a mile. Minimum is $3 a mile, and it depends on what time you catch them. And so you run that, and then you combinate it, and then you mess around and get 3 turns, right? You get 3 turns that week. And it's like, the thing you saying is like, man, this Northeast stuff is hard running. But the money is consistent. And the miles and stuff are low. And, you know, and next thing you know, you just in it. So I mean, you know, my thing is I just don't run any other. I don't run any other lane except Northeast. And I've been offered stuff like, man, listen, you know, you want to run Texas? Like, yeah. And then I get to thinking about it, like, no, I can't do Texas. I can't do it. I ain't gonna say I can't do it. I just choose not to. You know, so, you know, I used to do it, and I don't know. It's just this Northeast, man. It's nothing like just getting on this load board and stuff. It's just like, you know, they always throwing work at you. If you run the Northeast, they always throwing work at you, man. It's just you just gotta have a tolerance for it and stuff. And so, you know, I said I wanted to be the best, and so I wound up. Yeah, Happy New Year's, you too, man. Peace and blessings upon you. Um, I'll run to I don't know, man. I thought. Let's see. Hold up. Lowe's from North Carolina to Georgia as well. Let's see. 285. Lowe's to North Carolina. Georgia as well. Yeah, but I mean, but look, going to Atlanta is not. It gets aggravating, but bruh, you know, you kind of mellow on out because Atlanta got it's not really that bad. It's bad, but it's not really that bad. You know, it's not bad. It's bad, but it ain't bad. It ain't. You know, you can deal with it. For some reason, you can. I mean, I don't know. That's how I feel when I go to Atlanta. I'm like, you know, for some reason, you know, they tell me I'm going. I get a load of Atlanta, man. I get kind of happy a little bit. I don't know why. I mean, I get kind of happy a little bit. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But bro, I took this. They got this one run. Let's see what it's called. New York 1, right? Like when I go to Maine. All right, when I go to Maine, and I'm down there in southern Maine and stuff, the only thing you're gonna haul is either paper or water. So I'll get the water, right? And say you want to make some money, right? They got this run called New York 1, and that thing puts you right down there in the smack dead center of Manhattan. It puts you right down the smack dead center of Manhattan. And I say this same thing every single time. I said, dude, I ain't doing this run no more. I ain't doing it no more. And I'll go up to Maine, and that New York 1 come up, and I jump on that thing. I jump on it quick as heck. Like, and look, I got this New York 1. I'll take it. And I don't know why I do that. I'm like, dude, why do I punish myself? And the run is really not that bad if you can get down to Manhattan early. But that's my other problem. For some reason, I get to Connecticut and my body just shuts down for some reason. It just shut down, and all I got to do is pick that load up, and by the time I get to Manhattan, everything is gonna be dead. It's like you can just go down there. Traffic ain't that bad. The traffic ain't that bad and stuff. You can get there. You can get parked, and they come in the morning. You the first truck, and I never freaking do it, man. I sit there, get to Connecticut, go to sleep, and I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, and from there it's on. And I got to fight traffic all the way down there to New York 1. And it take me about 6 hours to get there. Six hours to do 120 miles. And I do it to myself every single time, man. Every single time and stuff. That New York 1, and I get it, and I say, dude, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna just run this thing straight down there and stuff, and it never fails, you know. So, but I think that's the most difficult run you can ever do is downtown Manhattan. And it's like, I mean, leaving is a breeze. It's the getting there part, you know. It's the getting there part and stuff, Kyle. When you leave, all you do is just make one turn to the right and follow it, and you know you done when you get to the top of the hill of what's that? Columbia. When you get to Columbia University. Sorry about y'all. Got a phone call again. Like I said, it never fails. But like I was saying, You get up there to once you get to Columbia, once you get to that top of the hill, Columbia, all you guys that little piece of Harlem and you done. And I don't even count Harlem. I don't. Yeah, I don't even count Harlem because you know you just go down the hill and back up one, and then you on 95. You know, as long as you don't miss your turn, you good. And to tell you the truth, you really can't, because you can either turn too early and go to Yankee Stadium, and that's kind of bad, because if you get on 87 that way, if it's bagged up on the GW, then you're gonna be over there for an hour. Or if you empty, you just take 87 towards the Bronx and just chill out in Hunts Point. But yeah, man, I don't know why I do it myself, man. It's enough. Let's see, something else too. I went to the Loves, right? I went to the Loves today because we had, I found out we got this tire account, through Michelin and stuff like that. So, it's all right, fine. Hey, I love to save money. I need tires on my trailer. So I go to the Loves and I cut my truck off, right? I cut my truck off and the truck wouldn't start up. All right, truck wouldn't start up and stuff. And so I'm like, here we go. So I know it's got to be some kind of wire loose. I just don't know what wire is loose. So I'm down there fooling with it, and stuff like that. Next thing you know, I hear a voice behind me, like, you got an air leak? And so I turn around and it's a woman, right? It's a woman, and she got her mechanic clothes on and stuff like that and everything. So, no, I ain't got no leak or nothing. It's just, I got a starter issue and stuff like that. And so, I'm trying to get this thing tweaked up before they get the tire and stuff put on my trailer. So, of course she hit me up with, well, Love's policy is that, you can't be in the shop while we're working on our stuff. So she said, you either got to go in the shop, either go in the shop waiting room, stand outdoors, or wait in the truck stop. I said, okay, all right. Now, when I was walking, I remember the voice. I said, now, I spoke to her earlier. And I spoke to her earlier. I told her who I was and what I needed. I said, hey, Red Rooster, I'm with this company here and stuff. Well, Big Rock Transportation. I'm with Big Rock Transportation. We got a Michelin tire account and stuff, right? And so, they recommended me to come to the Loves and stuff to get the tire and stuff like that. So I need 2 low pro 22.5s, right? I need 2 low pro 22.5s, and I was seeing if you had any in stock under the tire account. And so she looks it up. She says yes. I said, all right, okay, cool. I let her know who I was with, and my ETA there. Okay, cool. So when I get to the shop, that's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for this woman and stuff like that. Couldn't find her. So, all right, cool. Like I said, fast forward. Now I know who she is and stuff like that. So instead of me going in the shop, I stand outside, right? While I see them change the tires. And so now everybody in the shop knows that I specifically said low pro 22.5s. What kind of tires do you want? Low pro 22.5s. Reason being is because I don't want no more 11R 22.5s. I don't want any more of the stuff. I said I don't want any, like what I did last time when I just told them, okay, look, change the tires, and they put 11R 22.5s up there. So I specifically requested low pro 22.5s, right? Okay, so the tires that they take now, back up a little bit. Okay, the tech, I tell him which tires I need changed. I said, these 2 tires on the passenger side, both of them side by side, right? So when I was in the shop, he takes one of the tires off, and then he goes to the wheel behind it, and he begins to take that off. And I'm like, hey, whoa, hey, what are you doing? He said, I'm changing this tire, and I'm changing this one behind it. I said, no, man, listen, pay attention. I want these 2 tires changed right here. These 2 tires changed. And, you know, that's the position I take when I say something to you and you're not paying attention, and it's regarding my equipment. I take offense to it. I think that's a very high level of disrespect, because, you know, I'm taking the time to tell you what I need, and because I got to pay for these things, and I want the job to be done the right way. And so I take my time and explain, you know. So just like, if I don't know the correct word to something, right, I will go and look the word up and find out the correct terminology, so I can go back and explain to you what it is, so it doesn't get miscommunicated. You know, that's how important it is that I want people to do their job correctly. You know, so everything goes and stuff smooth. So that was the other thing that I specified. I said, man, I need the 2 tires changed on the passenger side. They're side by side with each other, right? Those 2 tires right there. He looks around and stuff like that. That, again, everything except what I'm asking him, not everything except what I told him and stuff to do. And, you know, I'm just getting annoyed by it and stuff. So anyway, you know, the woman stops me from fixing my start on my truck. I walk in the back, and so after I stop the guy from changing the wrong tire and stuff, you know, now the guy's having a problem and stuff taking the tires off. You know, that's understandable. All right, cool. Okay, now the woman looks at the tires and look at the tires on the truck. Now she looking at the ones that's coming off, looking at the ones that's on the truck, and she was like, wait a minute, hold up. You putting the wrong tires on the rim. We're not supposed to be putting low pro 22.5s. We're supposed to be putting 11R 22.5s. Look, these are the tires that are coming off the rims. And I'm like, now, had I not been in the back of the garage, that guy would have went in there and got some 11R 22.5s and put it on the rims. And I noticed, because I said, before I say anything, let me see what his reaction gonna be. You know, let me see what his reaction gonna be and stuff, right? To see if he's paying attention to what I said, because again, I emphasized this plenty of times before they did the job. What does he do? He drops his stuff. He's like, oh man, come on, man. Like, why, you know, why am I doing this? And so she was like, it's okay. They made the mistake when you probably called the people on the phone to ask what kind of tires that you wanted on the trailer. So right when he started to pick up that other tire and stuff and started marching toward the back, I said, man, dude, wait a minute. I said, do you remember the conversation that we had when we was in the shop? I said, I specifically asked for these tires, low pro 22.5s. So what are you doing? You know, I said, no, just put the tires on and stuff. I said, listen to what I requested, not from what she's saying and stuff. I said, because I'm the one that's buying the tires. I spoke with her earlier. She knows that I asked for low pro 22.5s. She knows this. And so, you know, it's like, I don't know, the conversation was leading to a point that, well, don't be too hard on her. She's a woman. I'm like, no. Okay, she's a woman, but understand, this job is gender neutral. And this job is gender neutral and stuff, man. And I'm like, I just, when I emphasize the fact of what I need, pay attention, because everybody has to be on the court, because at the end of the day, I have to pay for these things. I have to pay for them. If you were saying, you know what, hey, I'm gonna put these 11 hours up here and stuff, but they on me, okay, I gotta back up then. And that's the thing there and stuff. I mean, I try to break things down to the simplest form. I like, people say that you know, I stay on the topic too long and stuff, man. And I'm like, that's not it. I want you to get a complete understanding, the complete science of it, because, you know, people can walk away from a conversation and they say, well, I still don't get it. I don't think he elaborated on it too much. And I'm like, dude, no, you know, that's just not me. I'll take the time to explain it to you, but man, please pay attention. And so, you know, anyway, I get the tires put on and stuff. The guy comes out there. We find out what wire stuff is bad on the starter, so I got to find someone to get that changed and stuff, and I was out there. And 2 hours later, I wind up here. And I get to this place over in Food Line, same thing. They got two facilities. They got two facilities and stuff, right? They got the Food Line distribution in Butner, and then they got another facility in Oxford. And it's about a 30-minute drive between the two. And so it's real important, if you ever get a frozen load to Butner, North Carolina, to Food Line, make sure that you know what facility that you're going to, because I made this mistake of coming here to this facility, and they tell me I got to go to Oxford, and which ain't a big deal, right? Except I drove here and I ain't had no hours left, you know. And then they tell me I gotta go up here to Butner. So now I gotta figure out a way to get from here to up there without, well, I'm just saying this. It's just, you know, you don't want to find out, you know, you don't want to find out that you're supposed to be at the other facility and stuff, right? When you get here and you ain't got no hours left to drive, you know. So just sure enough, they told me to go to Oxford. I get over there to Oxford. They say you're supposed to be down here in Butner. So luckily I still had a lot of hours and stuff on the clock. Got on down here and they're unloading me now and stuff, and I am done until Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. So figured I say I go live. Drop this science one final time in 2018, because one thing is for sure, we will never see another 2018 ever again. It is done with. Man, just a few hours, it's done, it's over with. We are in 2019, and so for some people that might be, you know, that's the new year and stuff. For some people, you know, for me, my new year my new year's was November 1st. That's my new year's there. So, you know, I'm 2 months in now and stuff, but you know, I still celebrate. You know, I still celebrate. I just, you know, not with the drinking and stuff and the shooting of guns and firecrackers, but you know, I still celebrate. I just, you know, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all my subscribers, all my listeners. You know, every one of you and stuff will be in my thoughts, and they'll be in my thoughts and my prayers. You know, I try not to be too much of a, you know, I don't want to be a religious person, so to speak, and stuff, because, you know, this is a channel that's based upon um, giving knowledge and science and stuff. And so, I want to be all inclusive and be respectful to all people, and the practices of whatever your spirituality is. I feel that's that's something between you. That's something between you and the Creator. So, yeah, just try to be a respect of everyone's spirituality. You know. So, again, I wish much success. I wish much success to everyone. You guys will be in my thoughts and my prayers. I appreciate y'all, taking the time to listen to my information and stuff like that. I hope that you're gaining something from it, And as we embark in 2019, we want to take this science and stuff and continue to build up to the next level, For some, it might just be one truck. For others, it might be, fleets. For some of us, we just want to get a foot in the door and stuff, and for others, we want to embark on world domination, so to speak. But anyhow, again, I just appreciate y'all and stuff being patient with me and giving me your time and your energy, and I'll continue to bring better content and stuff like that. I want to find and improve ways and stuff on getting the content out there, so it's not always the same thing. It's always something that we can learn, and we can take that information, build upon it, and go to the next level. So again, for those of you that are out here on the road and stuff, man, just be safe out here, because in just a few hours and stuff, man, things are gonna get real hectic. Things are gonna be real hectic out here. Law enforcement is gonna be in full effect, and they're not gonna exempt you because you're in a big truck. In fact, law enforcement rather deal with they rather deal with truck drivers and stuff, because they say it's the more safer way to go. It's the more safer way to go and stuff. So just make sure that you all right, mad trucker. All right. 2019 go smooth before you 2018. How much longer do you have? I still got 2 years. I still got 2 years on it. So, but I'm gonna close the gap up on that thing. I'm not gonna ride on it and stuff like that. Cause it don't have warranty. So, I'm gonna get it checked out, and if she goes strong and stuff like that, then it's just 2 years is 24 payments. So if I go 24 weeks, right? If I go 24 weeks and stuff, then I still got I'm gonna still have another 27 weeks. I'll still have another 27 weeks and stuff, where I can make that money back and stuff, and then of course next year I can be profitable, so you can go that way and stuff. I just many ways and stuff to do it. But anyhow, if you out here on the road, again, just be safe, be careful, cause they send these notices out here every year and stuff about guys shooting these guns, and I don't want to hear nothing about no stray bullet, striking somebody and stuff like that, so just be careful and safe if you gotta be out here. And if you at the house, let somebody else drive for a change. Hey, look, you drive all the time, let somebody else drive for a change. You got to go out and stuff, go out, but let somebody else drive for a change. Get over there in that passenger seat and just enjoy yourself. Unless you're the designated driver, then it is what it is then and stuff. So I'm gonna go and jump on off here and stuff, man. Y'all fellas, man, y'all be safe, be easy. It's your man here, Rhode Island Red Rooster, Telling you as always, for the last time in 2018, continue to do your research, fact finding, and studies. Harness on your skills every day. Till the next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.